Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode. In this tutorial video, we're going to show you how to get tons more Minicio essence for your growth pulsars and also for your magical crops kind of stuff. So first off, I have a little bonus thing. Some people don't know this, but if you actually make this one wide here, and you can have it just as long as you want, this will be a perfect starting spawn, like mob grinder basically. You can hit and you can get your Tinker's construct tools leveled up. Basically, I just put the stone slabs here. You can see that that's a slab, and you can see this is the blocks. Now Enderman can actually spawn in here, which is perfect if you're trying to get your first transfer node and you don't want to get all that redstone. And you can make this as long as you want, about like 20, 30, whatever. But just try to keep this one wide, so then you can just go around, you can pick up all the mob drops. If you make it too wide, that's okay, but any more than too wide, then you're kind of risking getting damaged. A mob can kind of see you because of the angle of sight. As you look on, you can kind of see through, and then creeper might explode. But one, 100% sure. Two, you just when you have too wide, you have to make sure these corners are in, and then just make it as wide as you want, and it's perfect. Alright, so now that that's over with, now we can go to our big mob grinder, which will give us a ton of Minicio. So up here, you don't have to worry about all this redstone. Basically, I've been using these lights, and they're inverted, so they are on by default. Then when you put a redstone signal on them, they'll actually turn off. So I'm going to climb in here really quick. And you can see that they're all on, and they light up this whole area. And I'll walk up here, and I'll flick the switch. So this will turn on the mob grinder, and now you can see my X's and stuff and how dark it is over there. And now all these are off. So that's a perfect way how to stop and start your mob farm if you really want to. These things are amazing. They can go on the ceiling, on the top of a block, below the block, and on the side. So all 6 sides they can be put on, which is pretty sweet. Alright, so now you're going to get tons of Minicio from this, and I have it set up so you can do a Tinker's method, and you just hit and you get your Tinkers leveled up. But if you don't want that, you can just put diamond spikes, or you can put iron spikes or punji sticks where these stone slabs in the middle here, the 3x3 are, and you can just do that. And basically then you just put a vacuum chest or a vacuum hopper there, and then you can collect all the items, filter them using either a node or Ender IO filters and stuff. Filter out all the junk that you don't want, and then put it into all the good stuff, put into better barrels, and put into chests and stuff. So then you can collect all your Minicio from this, which will actually get you really far, and you can get tons of Minicio just from this mob farm. You don't even actually have to regularly farm. Alright, so also just because I didn't say the conveyor belts, basically if you just search up conveyor, it's these conveyor belts, and mobs can actually spawn on these conveyor belts, which is sweet. And if I stand in here, I'll just do it really quick. Stand in here, it'll just push me towards, it matters how you place it, but it'll push you all the way down, and then I'll fall, get about, I think I put this at about 20 or 21 down, so that basically almost everything has 1 heart. I can make it to a half heart, but if I want to have it slightly deeper or something, I can always change that a little bit later. Alright, so now let me get out of here. Put this back. Okay, so now for the actual farm and stuff. So there are multiple ways that you can speed up this farm. One of the ways is growth pulsars. Another way is watering cans, and you can use the reinforced watering cans, which is a huge upgrade. And there's also Thaumcraft, but I'm not really that familiar with Thaumcraft, so I'm not going to show it in this episode. There are probably some other videos that you can watch that'll have Thaumcraft related stuff there, and I'll show them setting it up. I've seen a couple, but I haven't gotten into Thaumcraft, so I don't want to do a video on it even when I don't know 100% what I'm doing. And all this stuff I'm familiar with, I built it in my Sky Factory worlds. So that's why I'm showing you this. So basically regular Minicio crop, it doesn't grow that much at all. Look at that, all 0% still. But under here, I have made some growth pulsars. Now you're looking at this, you're like, whoa, huge wall of growth pulsars. This takes a lot of Minicio. It's not mean, it's not like your first choice that you should probably do to like start up, but it will really help you out. I'm not sure if it's actually better to make growth pulsers or just make more seeds, but I choose growth pulsers. It keeps my farming area condensed, and once you get enough, like about like 20 I think is good, but if you want to go a full stack, that's 64. This is 20, that's 10, and this is 5. So I'm just going to show you the difference. You can see it goes all the way across, all through the full row. I'm just going to do 3 of each. I have this little plot area set up. So I'm putting the Minicio seeds down. And look at that, these are already growing. This is over halfway, 70 mature already. Look at this, all mature so fast. Now these guys are slowly going up. These are faster, as you can see, than these. These are all babies. And I planted those actually earlier than these, and this one's already starting to grow 42%, 14, 14. And look at that, this one's already going, this one's at 85, 85. So you can just see how fast it goes as soon as you have a stack. This farming station probably can't keep up with how fast the stack is. I think if you did 20, you'd be okay. Even with 10, you'd be pretty good. But 5, just like starting out, it's good. You know, you don't have to wait that long. Look at that, that one's already at 85. You go away, you do something else if you're manually farming, and then you come back and look at that, that already grew. So that's pretty good. Okay, so now for the farming station. The farming station will farm this whole area only when it has the atomic capacitor upgrade. I didn't put that on because I can like do the little corners area and just show you that first. But yeah, basically you just have to put the magical wooden mattock in, and what you do is with the magical wooden mattock is that you get it to unbreakable, which basically means you have to get these obsidian plates. So I'll just switch it up for you really quick. So these obsidian plates right here, and basically with these plates is it takes I think 8 obsidian for each one of these, and then you just have to put 10 on the wooden mattock. Now by default you get 9 modifiers, so you just have to level it up once. That's why I have the sharpness there. It gave me an extra modifier. Don't worry about the sharpness. All you need is the 10 of that, and the durability is infinite. So when I place this in here, it'll never take any damage, which is perfect. Sadly, you can't put the Minicio hoe in unless you change the configs, but and you don't get any extra essence. If I put like the Imperial hoe in, it just gets you 1. This one will just get you 1 unless you change the configs for that, like getting seed multipliers. You change the configs and stuff like that, even if this had luck on it. I've tried, you don't get any extra. Now for luck, you actually get extra on like regular crops. You get like extra seeds and stuff, but on like wheat and all that, but or like carrots and potatoes. But for magical crops, you don't. Now I just want to really quick show you. Watering can is like the very first thing that you're gonna probably use, and you can see it has about a 3x3 range. It's kind of small. I mean, it's not the best, but you can see that they're going a lot faster. Oops, I stepped on that. But yeah. But now when you have this reinforced watering can, this one is worth it. It takes one of your max hearts away, but look at that distance. I mean, it costs a lot, but you can actually get this pretty early in the early game. And look at how fast it's growing. It's growing basically just as fast as the 64 growth pulsers. So you just do this, and this is just as fast for like all crops, like obsidian crops and everything. And like Bing, you're gonna be already done. You can get all your infusion stones, you get Minicio essence and everything. Then what I'm gonna do is since this is already on, I'm gonna put this atomic capacitor on, and it's going to be able to harvest every single one of these in this plot. This plot, if you didn't know, it's a 15 by 15 plot. And if you include the water, it's 17 by 17. And there's actually a water under this farming station. And you can see it's slowly starting to go. It's going like all the way the full distance, full range. Then it already got these over here too. And you're going to see these are already popping back up. And if you look, we already have 31 Minicio essence. And we have probably 31 crops. And look at these are already regrew, and the thing can't keep up with how fast these guys are growing with the 64. And bing, they just got mined real quick, and they're already basically beating the 20. Look at that, they're already back up before the 20 ones. Anyway, so there's a water under here. Here, I'll show you real quick. Water right there. And there's water all the way around, so every single one of these that we till will become fertile. And if you want, you can also put Minicio seeds inside, and it will plant it for you, which is really nice. You can see, look at that, all of it's getting fertile. Now sadly, this one, I'm just going to replace that because I landed on it. If you fly and land on a crop, for like some reason, the crop stays there. But, oh, there's no seeds for a second. Put those in. So it'll just like fill up this rest once it gets back. But you can see this, remember, the whole line is 64 and how fast that is. And basically right here we have our ender chest. This can go into our ME system. We have our tesseract that's getting the energy over there. We have like a solar power. So it's still getting energy, and it's filling this up all the way. And it can hold 1 million RF, which is really good buffer. But its base use is 93 RF, as it like monitors every single one. And then I think it also takes a little bit extra, I think, every time it mines. But yeah, and look at that, it already leveled up our Matic actually inside, which is really sweet. We got Smite on it now, which is really nice, and we are now a custom. So yeah, and that is basically it of how quickly you can get it. Look at this reinforced watering kit. Look at how big the radius is, and how fast, if I just like do this for a second, how fast all of these crops are gonna grow. So this is perfect for early game if you can get it. Basically, the recipe is bedrockium, which isn't that bad. All you need is a lot of cobblestone and triple compressed, 4 triple compressed, 4 quadruple compressed, and then 1 block of diamond. And you get one of these things, and it's the toughest material known to man. Anyway, and then you have to use a soul fragment. So basically you have to use this sword, which is 2 unstable ingots. That's kind of a little bit later game, but if you have this over here and you get really lucky, you can get not the infusion stone, the division sigil, and then you can get your unstable ingots. Do that really quick. That's if you're lucky, and you can get this reinforced watering can. Now this watering can, just showing you real quick, it waters crops. Now you need to actually fill it with water. Filling it with water isn't that bad at all. So watering can, watering can really quick. Basically you're gonna have to use this one. This one's for peaceful mode only, so unless you're on peaceful, just use this. It's real easy. It's not that bad, and all you have to do is when you have it empty, you just right click on a water source, and then it'll fill it up. So then you'll have the one that I have, and you can water your crops for infinite amount of time. And yeah, so I think that's about it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you guys rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.